How to choose a super fund? Well, choosing a super fund is a very important financial decision to make because it will impact your savings for retirement. It's also important to understand what your options are in terms of choosing a super fund. There are a number of different options. The default option is that if you don't make a choice, your employer will make a choice for you. So they will choose a fund for you. They may have an in-house fund or similar fund. You may also choose an industry fund. So depending on what industry you're in, often there are industry funds depending on the work that you do or the industry that you're in. The other option is a retail fund, and that's offered by a number of financial institutions which offer superannuation funds. Another option is a self-managed super fund where you have control and run the fund yourself. That is a more complex sort of area. So they're the options. So once you've chosen what type of fund that you'd like to use, it's very important to compare various features within the fund. An important thing, a number of things to look at are things like investment returns, investment choice, your choice of investment options, those sort of things. So in terms of looking at investment options, various funds may have different types of investments that you can invest in. It's very important to understand what your investor profile is or what your risk profile is before you choose what sort of investments you'd like to invest in. You need to be comfortable with certain types of investments. Another area to look at is, what are the fees, what are the costs of a super fund, and it's important to compare those costs. It's also important to look at the accessibility. Can you have an app on your phone that you can access your super fund, or is it just through a website? So you need to look at how you can, or how you prefer to access your super fund. It's also important to look at how you want to use the fund, what type of contributions you'd like to make, on a regular basis. So that's important as well. The tax rate within a super fund is similar. Super funds are all taxed on earnings within the fund at a rate of 15%. I often get questions, does a super fund value decline? Can it ever decline? Of course it can. It can decline based on a number of reasons, and some of those reasons I've mentioned in terms of investment options, performance, fees. Another area to look at also is you may want to have insurance through your super fund. Insurance is a very important part of protection for yourself, your assets, your earning ability. So those are all the areas that you need to look at and compare. There are a number of different comparison websites that you can look at, or more importantly, it's important to get the right financial advice. Click on the link below, we can help you do that. Thank you.